is focused on working together to earn back the trust of Canadians and to replace Justin Trudeau as Prime Minister in the next election. And there's an expectation that is the primary goal of all our members of Parliament. We've been holding this government to account on a wide variety of issues, from massive deficits to fighting against the carbon tax, to calling on the government to have a plan to promote lawful immigration. That's why the Conservative Party needs to win in 2019, so we can bring that type of government back to Canadians, and that should be the primary goal of every member of our caucus.
Do you think Mr. Bernier's comments are conducive to your caucus working together?
Well, as I said, it's important that we all work together as a team. That's the expectation. We have shadow ministers responsible for portfolios. We have people working in deputy shadow minister positions. We have members of committee, and we all work together. We all, share information and ensure that we're all rowing in the same direction. And that's the expectation for every member of Parliament. And so that is, I think, the expectation not just from me to my team, but from other members of the team. And each member of Parliament wants to see the rest of their colleagues doing the same thing.
In your statement, you said that Mr. Bernier does not speak for your caucus. If that is the case, then to what extent is he even a member of your parliamentary caucus?
Well, as I pointed out, Mr. Bernier does not hold a position in our caucus. He's not a shadow minister. He's not the spokesperson on any issue. So it's clear that when he expresses those types of comments, that he's speaking for himself.
Are you removing Mr. Bernier? Do you take steps to do so?
As I mentioned, I'm not going to get into internal caucus dynamics. Those are things that we do we decide those things as a team, as a caucus, as a group of parliamentarians. But as I said, there is that expectation that we all work towards the same goal, and every member of Parliament should be, as their key priority, working towards putting out the types of policies that will resonate with Canadians, so that we can defeat Justin Trudeau, so we can get back to balanced budgets, lower taxes, we can scrap the carbon tax, bring in an immigration policy that is based on orderly immigration that's welcoming people from all over the world who want to come and embrace all that Canada has to offer and share in those traditions that Canada has offered for many, many years: freedom, equality, tolerance, the rule of law, democratic institutions. So that's very critical. We've got 1 year left till the next elections. We're going to the last parliamentary session, and it's essential that is the focus for all members of our team.
So why do you allow this divisiveness in your party if you're not taking steps to remove him or telling us what you're doing? Why do you allow that?
Well, look, we have members of Parliament from all over the country, many of whom have differences of opinions on some issues. I have asked all members of our team to work together. I believe that's the best way to win the next election, is to provide that, to show that we're a government in waiting, show that we've got the types of policies that will resonate with Canadians, that we're ready to take over and address the very issues that people are concerned about.
Mr. Scheer, how hard is it going to be for you to go into the next election with someone creating division like this?
As I said, he's an individual member of Parliament. He doesn't speak for the party. I think Canadians know where we stand for.
He doesn't speak for the party.
He speaks for himself.
Is that the case for every single member of the Conservative
As I said,
Party?
when we approach these types of issues, we have our lead spokespeople on it. We have shadow ministers that are heavily engaged in files. They've studied all the documents. They do the deep research. They work with their colleagues on committee. So they are the lead people for the party.
And everybody else is there just to toe the party line.
And other members of Parliament who occupy other roles have other roles to play, whether it's the deputy shadow minister who help in that work as well, or people on committee. So that is the position that our party has.
What role does Mr. Bernier play in the party right now? What does he bring to your party at this point?
Look, my challenge to any member of Parliament is...
Specifically to him.
My challenge to any member of Parliament is we all have different backgrounds, we all represent different parts of the riding, and we all have different expertise. So my challenge to everyone and the request I made is to bring that all together and work in a complementary fashion.
What are caucus members telling you about this?
I'm not going to get into internal caucus discussion.
Given the support he received in the leadership race, what do you think his comments say about the current state of the Conservative movement in Canada and perhaps within your own party at this point?
The Conservative Party of Canada has always celebrated people coming from all over the world to come and share in what this country has to offer. And the fundamental difference between our party and the Liberals is that we believe that you can have both diversity and unity, that you can promote integration and the adoption. You can promote the embracing of the fundamental Canadian principles that have made our country great. I'm glad we live in a country where people can come, practice their faith, pass on their cultural tradition, and that is important. And that is important. I think Canadians know our record on this. The Conservative Party is the party of firsts. We have so many firsts. We have the first senator of Pakistani origin. We have the first Muslim member of Parliament. Conservative Party had the first turbaned Sikh in cabinet. Under our government, we welcome the largest number of immigrants up until that point. And again, it's our party that at the same time has promoted that embracing of those great Canadian values and principles. So it was our party that had brought forward the Enhanced Citizenship Guide to make sure that newcomers to this country knew the types of things that made this country great in the first place.
That?
As I said, I just I believe that anytime you make comments about things like this issue with very sweeping statements, I believe that you can have both a policy that is embracing of people coming to this country from all over the world, while at the same time preserving our Canadian identity, passing that along, and celebrating the fact that we are the type of country that people want to come to.
Last question, one more.
Were you surprised by his comments?
Okay, I'm not going to get into internal caucus communications and things like that. All that to say is, there is an expectation for members of our team to work together and to work within a caucus structure, and that's been my ask of our team, of our shadow minister, of our caucus, and I believe that there's that mutual accountability too from other members of our team.
En français, allez-vous l'expulser de votre caucus?
Do you intend to expel him from your caucus? Well, as I said in English, I do not wish to discuss
les enjeux de notre caucus dans une manière interne. Je peux vous dire qu'il y a une expectation que tous nos députés travaillent ensemble, travaillent comme une équipe sur les enjeux pour envoyer le message que nous sommes un gouvernement en attente et on peut régler les enjeux que le Premier ministre a échoué à régler. Alors c'est notre parti qui a un plan pour régler l'enjeu de nos frontières et l'immigration illégale. C'est notre parti qui travaille pour réduire les impôts, pour équilibrer le budget. Nous travaillons toujours comme une équipe pour adresser les enjeux
to try and address those issues.
Votre parti,
do you think this has divided your party?
Nous avons des discussions toujours sur
les
enjeux
engaging
différents.
in discussions on various issues, and I think all Canadians know that it is our party
accueillir les immigrants de
that
partout au monde dans
welcomed immigrants from around the world
qui respectaient leur propre culture, leur propre foi, mais aussi qui a assuré que tous les gens qui arrivent ici savent les principes fondamentaux de notre pays, de notre histoire, de notre culture, l'égalité, la tolérance, les principes de la droit. Alors on peut faire les deux. On peut être un pays qui accueille les gens de partout au monde. Au même temps on parle de notre histoire, notre culture,
you can talk
notre
about our history and
identité
culture
canadienne.
and our own Canadian identity.
Ces commentaires-là?
Comme j'ai dit,
Did those comments surprise you? As I say, I don't want to talk about our internal caucus communications.
What took you so long to respond?
No, I think you'll find I communicated right away on I think it was on the Monday. Then there was a follow-up statement yesterday as there were additional comments made by Mr. Bernier.
On the second front, for the second year in a row, MP Ikra Khaled has given a constituent a certificate of appreciation, and this constituent, Benai Brith, has said Israel and Hitler are the same. What is your reaction to this?
It's just, those are despicable comments. Those are offensive and extremely anti-Semitic. And anyone who would recognize or in any way give a commendation to someone who has made those types of comments, I believe that is just absolutely reprehensible.
Would other members of your caucus be afforded the same amount of leniency if they didn't have the stature that Mr. Bernier does?
As I'm not going to get into internal caucus discussions. We have.
Caucus, that's a general question.
No, it's a conversation about members of parliament. We have a dynamic team. We have a great team. We are a party that celebrates the fact that we can have differences of opinions and different approaches to things. I made it very clear. The Liberal Party, Justin Trudeau, has staked out his territory on this, and we are offering an alternative. We are offering an immigration system that is based on lawful immigration, that celebrates and welcomes people from all over the world, celebrates the fact that we live in the type of country that people can express themselves, pass on their cultural traditions, while at the same time promoting integration into our country, passing on those fundamental Canadian principles that have made this country the type of place that people want to go to. And I don't think those two things are mutually exclusive, and I would disagree with people who do. And so we're going to continue to have to hold the government to account on their failures on managing the immigration system, and we're going to be offering Canadians an alternative in the next election.
What would you say to those people who think that Mr. Bernier should be held to account?